How can I add, remove menu images myself? How to capture images professionally? How do I upgrade stunning images to my menu? Or is the photo shoot feature even free? So these are certain questions we received in the registration form that we had shared with all of you. And we're very, very happy to bring answers to all these questions for all of you who've joined us today. A very warm welcome to a yet new Swiggy Catalyst session. It's an exclusive session for restaurant partners. And like I said, we are very happy to and very excited to see all of you. For all those of you who are joining the session for the first time, Swiggy Catalyst is an invite only session where we pick important topics which are of concern or something that restaurant partners really want to know in depth and bring business experts from Swiggy to sort of address this and bring more clarity to you on how to use it and what potential benefits can you reap out of it. If you've missed or if this is the first time you want to see what were the older sessions about, you can absolutely go to the Swiggy Partner YouTube channel or Learning Station feature, which is available both on Swiggy Owner and Swiggy Partner app. In the Learning Station feature, which is available in your app, you'll be able to view all the videos that were hosted in Swiggy Catalyst before. Not just that, you'll also get to know about different features, new things on Swiggy, how to use them, and what will be the potential benefits. You also get to learn excerpts from the experts of restaurant industry. So do go check out the learning station feature on the Swiggy owner and the partner app. So today, the topic, the buzzword is photo shoot, and we have Shrikant who's joined us to sort of take you through the entire flow. Shrikant has been instrumental in resolving this pain point for all the restaurant partners. At Swiggy, he works very closely with the product and the engineering team in solutionizing this feature for you. Shrikant, we're very, very happy to have you with us today on the call.
Thank you so much, Shweta. And it's a privilege for me to be back here. And I think it's the third time I'm actually on as part of Swiggy Catalyst. So it's definitely an exciting topic for me and something that's really close to my heart. As some of you may know, I think menu is one of the key areas that I work upon, and really excited to be here today to talk about this very new and exciting feature that we've launched recently.
Shrikant to rejoin.
Hey, sorry, am I audible?
You're audible now.
Great. Now, I was just saying, very excited to be here to talk about this new feature that we've launched recently related to menu, which is again a topic very close to my heart.
Great. We are absolutely happy to have you, Shrikant. Yes, this is the third time we spoke about menu score dashboard earlier. So the buzzword right now, Shrikant, that we're talking about is having stunning images, stunning menu images, right? So a fundamental question is, are images really important for the menu? Well, absolutely right. Like that's the topic we're discussing, and we know that images are very important for menu. But if you don't have images on the menu, is it going to stop a customer from actually ordering from a restaurant? Well, maybe not, but it will definitely influence their decision, right? It will impact the kind of decision they make while they're ordering. So, before Shrikant, I actually ask you the first question for the webinar. I have a question for partners, right? So, partners, there'll be a poll that will get launched on your screen. Let us know what do you feel, out of the two sample menus that you see on your screen, which one do you think generally an end customer would prefer, right? So the poll will be right there up here on your screen. Let us know what do you think is going to be the most ideal menu for a customer to sort of go ahead and place an order, or what do you think is the ideal menu here? So we're getting answers, Shrikant here. So we've got responses from about 65% of the audience. And unanimously, about 97% of them feel that, having a menu with images is something that even end customer would prefer, right? I think this is what even the starting point of our conversation was. So we clearly see the response, and it's heavily hinging at one option. So why do we consider, even partners feel that menu images is very important, but why do you think it becomes very important specifically in the online listing world, right? How does having menu images impact the end customer behavior or their overall experience? Shrikant, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, is am I audible? Yeah.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. So see, menus, of course, having images makes the menu a lot more attractive, right? That's point number one. We also saw in the poll that the restaurant partners were actually voting, did prefer menus with images, right? So customers, when they're sitting at their houses or wherever they are, they would not be actually able to see the dish, as opposed to say perhaps if they were in the restaurant and then the waiter is actually explaining to them, right? So having an image actually sets the customer expectations in line with what the dish actually is. Right. And coming to what this actually means for restaurants. So we've seen that items or dishes with an actual good quality image get tends to get ordered at least 5 times more than any item or dish without. Right. And even more recently, we've seen that whenever a restaurant uh, uploads good quality images for their menu, they see a tremendous order growth, some to the range of even 20%, right? So the benefit is very clear in terms of higher orders and higher business for restaurant partners as well. And of course, it translates back to the customer in the fact that they can actually get to understand what the dish looks like, and the menu becomes so much more attractive for customers to actually order from.
Fair point. I think, Shrikant, it becomes more attractive, and then they get to have that personal sense of what they're ordering, also, right? I mean, I think it makes sense and aligned with what you just mentioned. But there are several ways today, let's say a restaurant partner can source these images, right? Either he or she clicks it from their own mobile, or they have a photo shoot done. Let's say they get a photographer in house to the outlet and get the photo shoot done, or the easiest way would be to sort of get these images from internet, right? So is it fair, or is it doable that a partner downloads these images from internet and source it up in the menu? um, it would be more or less similar to the actual item also, right? I mean, how much variation could there be?
So what we've always understood, right, and we've this is coming directly from customer research. Customers want to be able to get exactly what they see, right? So, for example, if they see a particular image of the dish, they remember how that is, and then when they actually receive it, it should look the same, right? So, while of course a dish may look similar if you pick it up from the internet, it is not going to look the exact same dish, right? And of course, there are a lot of differences in preparation style, quantity, etc., right? So we of course and encourage all restaurant partners to actually have images of the exact dish so that the customer expectations are set appropriately, right? And you can obviously minimize chances of any complaints which could happen later on if the customer feels that they're getting a dish which looks very different on the menu, right? So this could have a short-term implication of more complaints and a long-term implication of even bad ratings and poorer ratings for the restaurant, which could of course harm their business in the long run.
I think I reckon that because I think each restaurant partner has a signature way of making their own dish, right? And I'll have more familiarity with what I see and what I get in that case. And I think it's a fair point to sort of be more genuine when it's for customers, the end customer, and influencing their decision making. Um, but while you said what you said, Shrikant, saying, to be more genuine, let it be authentic images, it could be challenging, right? Sometimes So before again I ask you the next question, I have a question for all the partners who've joined us, right? So partners, we do understand that when we talk about sourcing the images, it could certain times bring come along with its own challenges. So there's a second poll that you would see on your screen. Go ahead and let us know what are these challenges, or which among these options that are listed is something that is actually challenging for you when you consider sourcing high quality images for your menu. So the poll is right there on your screen. Go ahead and share your answers. We'd love to know what are those pain points that you encounter or you foresee while you source good images for your menu. So you've started receiving answers, Shrikant.
Yeah,
It's an interesting split that we're receiving.
I think all of these are challenges that all our restaurant partners have faced or definitely think. Um, yeah.
So we've received that about 65% of partners have responded. And the highest pain point that most of the partners on the call feel and have resonated is the photo shoots. Photo shoots are expensive. While we're talking about sourcing stunning images, good quality images, but they feel photo shoots are expensive. The second highest challenge or the pain point that they've messaged or they've voted for is that I'm not able to click good quality images from my phone camera, right? And the third is my photo clicks from the mobile get rejected. And the last that they have pointed out is that I don't know when the submitted images will go live. But we clearly see the hierarchy from being expensive to not being able to click good photos, and photos that are clicked getting rejected, to not knowing when these images will actually go live. These are pain points, and they've voted. So these are clear insights, right? And partners, probably like you mentioned, have felt or undergone this at some point of time. Um, so is there anything, or the photo shoot that we feature that has come up, very new on Swiggy? Is it something that can solve for this? How do you address that?
Yeah. So I think the best part is the photo shoot feature, which we've just launched on the restaurant owner and partner app, solve for all these challenges, right? The key benefit of this app is it allows restaurant partners to click extremely good quality photo shoot quality pictures from their mobile camera itself, right? And more than that, we have a lot of inbuilt, and of course I'll show you this while I give a demo of the product. But all the guidelines that Swiggy follows from an image validation perspective, they're all inbuilt, so the restaurant partners can know with can be assured that that the image that they share has a much higher chance of being actually accepted, right? And what's more, there is no need to actually wait and follow up. All the images that the restaurant partners share will go live on the customer menu within 4 hours, right? And of course, if there is any reason that the image should get rejected, you will again see it right then and there with the exact reason as to why the rejection happened, right? So, in a nutshell, this is a tool that is, of course, free of cost for restaurants, extremely flexible and easy to use, with with a very quick turnaround time of just 4 hours to go live. Right?
I am quite excited to see, Shrikant, how this would be. Can you show partners how they can access photoshoot today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think let me go ahead and just give you a demo of the product right away. I hope my mobile screen is visible.
Yeah, it is visible.
Got it. So on the home page of your owner or partner app, you would see the second tile, which is essentially your menu. All I need to do is click on this, and you will see the various items in the menu pop up. Right? Now, the next step here is to actually understand which item for which you want to add an image. Right? Just look at the left. You will see add photo with a plus sign below it. Right? And of course, for items with images already, you will see the image there. So let me go ahead and select a breakfast item which I've prepared and kept ready here to actually walk you through the process. Right? So click on add photo. You see two options popping up. You see two options popping up. click with mobile camera and upload from gallery, right? I'm going to actually showcase both of these options to you. So let me click on the first option, which is click with your mobile camera. Now, there are different categories of dishes that you may have: pizza, cake, burger, glass, bowls, others, etc. I have gotten a breakfast item on a plate today. So let me select the category plate, and immediately my camera pops up. Now, if you look here, there is a red moving screen here, which shows you, which basically indicates that the angle is wrong, right? And the angle is shown out at 14 degrees. Now, since this is a plate, I will have to bring it to a 0 degrees angle that is showcased here in the bottom left. So as I move my phone camera, you will move it until you see a green screen, right? So this green indicates that the phone is held at the right angle. All I need to do is go ahead and click the image right now. And in the backend, this photoshoot feature identifies the image, what type of image it is, applies all the relevant guidelines of Swiggy, and produces the final image. And not only that, we also have AI based background removal and background correction, which also enhances the quality of the image. Now, if you look at this image, it looks a lot different from what I actually clicked, right? That's because the background has been enhanced. I can even click on the second filter, which is original, to see what the original image looked like. Like you can see, this is the image that I originally clicked. Now you can apply this filter, which has been pre-selected for you, or you can even scroll to the right and select a totally different background filter in case you want to change it. Right now, all you need to do is go ahead and submit, and that's it, right? You see this message here, currently in review. In case there is a rejection at the image QC end, which is right at our end, all you need to do is go to this, the top right, you have three dots, click on this, and you will see an item called menu history. Click on menu history, and if there are any items that are, if there are any images that are rejected within 4 hours, again you will see them here with the rejection reason, right? Now that I'm in this page, I'll actually take a few seconds to actually call out one of the key rejection reasons which typically happen here. The main rejection reason that we've seen across images is if there is a mismatch between the image and the actual item for which you've selected this feature, right? Few things to keep in mind is also ensure that the quantity is also the same. Like for example, if you see this, right, you'll see a roti, but I've actually uploaded an image of a pizza. So of course that image has been rejected. And that's as simple as actually clicking. That's the process, right? It's extremely simple. It hardly takes a few minutes to click an image and submit it, right? In fact, I think the entire process takes less than a single minute um, for you to actually configure the camera and submit the image.
I think that's as easy as it can get, right? And partners like Shrikant mentioned, always go check in your menu history to see the status of the images that you submitted, and you'll get it right there. So, Shrikant, while you were trying to click the photo, we saw two options, right? One is to click the photo in real time, like you did, and the other one was to use the existing photos. I, as a partner, partners might have images of their existing items also available. So, how can they repurpose that?
Yeah. So we had this feedback coming up from restaurant partners saying, hey, we've already, done a photo shoot earlier, or we have photos of the existing items from before, right? How do we use those? How do we actually upload those? So again, the process is very simple. In the your menu screen, again, for whichever item you want to upload the image, select the add photo option and select the second option here, upload from your gallery. Your gallery will automatically open up. All you need to do is click on albums, and of course whatever image you want to upload, select it, and the process is even quicker, right? Since you have the image ready, the image is uploaded, and again you will have um, the options to change your filters, to apply a better background filter, right? Again, if you look at this image looks absolutely enhanced with a new background and so on, right? You can of course scroll and apply a different background if you don't like this one, or even go back to the original background in case you want to retain that background and texture. Of course, go ahead and submit, and the image will be live within 4 hours.
4 hours is, I think, a very good turnaround time, Shrikant, I think, for the images to go live, especially after having applied so many filters.
Sorry, Shweta, I think I'm unable to hear you. Hey, Shweta, yeah, you're back. I think you can.
Shikant, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I'll actually was asking, saying if it's a new item that I want to add to my menu, right? Or if it's an existing item, and let's say partner wants to change the menu image, all that they have to do is go to the photo shoot, use the photo shoot feature, which is essentially clicking on the plus icon below the add photo option, click the photo, submit, and in 4 hours, with let's say if there are no rejections, it goes live and it's visible for an end customer to sort of go ahead and order. That's the entire flow, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This absolutely can be done from your mobile partner and owner app. Of course, it's also available on the web login where you can actually upload images which you already have, say, on your desktop or laptop as well.
Got it. So while we spoke about how to use the feature, how we can repurpose images or click the images at the right angle when the screen goes green, right? Are there any guidelines that partners must keep in mind while clicking a photo or while even sourcing the right image for the menu?
Yeah, yeah. So I think we've seen what are the typical, rejection reasons or typical reasons why an image may perhaps not look as good as it should, right? And some of the few tips that restaurant partners can keep in mind. One, like I already touched upon, ensure that the item and the image exactly matches. Ensure that the quantity is correct, especially for dishes like perhaps where your dish may say one idli, but in case you upload an image of say two or three idlis, that could be an issue. And so just keep these item name and quantity mismatch. Keep these in mind to ensure that there is a match between the image and the item. Also, of course, a few basic tips in terms of ensure that the background is a little clear, ensure there is no shiny object on the plate or on the cutlery. These will ensure that your image sails through and looks the best it can be.
Got it. So, Shrikant, while we were sourcing the questions from partners, all these questions were something that came, as common, let's say, curiosity questions and some common questions that had come. But there were certain questions that stood out, and we've sort of shortlisted them, and what would love you for you to answer them one by one. So the first question here was asked by Rohan. Rohan asked, saying, "How will photo shoot feature actually help me to promote my outlet?"
Got it. So I think good question. Of course, having images on your menu will reduce the number of customers who are actually dropping off, right? And this is essentially converting the customers who have landed on your menu and ensuring more of them actually order, right? So that's the basic tenet with which you can improve orders and business through images. Of course, having good quality images on your menu will also ensure that those dishes are perhaps shown more prominently when customers search for it, right? And in general, having images will ensure that the number of customer drop-offs are much fewer, right? Which is in a way helping your outlet grow visibility as well as grow orders and business.
Got it. So, Rohan, if you're there on the call with us, I hope this answers the question. There were certain other partners also who had asked similar questions. I hope this input from Shrikant helps you. Shrikant, so the next question was asked by Nipun, and he asks, should we put image only for select items or for the whole menu? And how important are images on a menu in attracting customers? Well, I think you've answered the second half of the question. The first half is quite relevant.
Yeah. So I think here the simplest answer is we would recommend all restaurant partners to upload as many images as possible because of course the photo shoot feature is completely free and flexible. You can use it to click as many number of images as you want, right? And the sort of request is to not restrict yourself just to the best selling or just to certain set of items. We've really seen restaurants who have uploaded maximum number of images get the maximum benefit, right? So that's, I would say, the short answer to that.
Got it. So Nipun and other partners would have had similar questions and had shared that on the registration form. I hope this answers your query, saying have the entire menu covered and not just certain part of it. Shrikant, the last question that we had picked is was asked by Vishnu. He asks, rather says that he has four different outlets from the same place. So should he click images of items four times?
Yeah. I think this is another question which I've also gotten while visiting a few restaurant partners. The answer is no. If you have four different outlets with the same item or dish for which you want to upload images, you need to do is just click or upload an image for any one of the outlets. We will replicate the same image for the other four as well across your various outlets. Right? There's no need to click multiple images from your end.
Got it. So you do once, and remaining time Swiggy takes care of it, partners. Just ensure the first time that you do use the photo shoot feature and click absolutely stunning images. So Shrikant, with this, we actually come to the end of the session, and we'd like to thank you for taking time and joining us for the third time on Swiggy Catalyst and walking partners through this important and yet I think an easy to use feature, which is available both on the owner app and the partner app.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I hope to see more of you to actually use this tool. I think nearly 25,000 odd restaurant partners have used this till date, and it's an extremely easy and effective tool. So, hope all of you can actually use this and reap the benefits for your outlet.
Great. Thanks a lot, Shrikant. Partners, while the webinar question answer series have come to an end, we'd love to hear your feedback on the session overall and let us know what are your main takeaways from the session today. What do you feel would be something that you can replicate after the session is over and how you can use the photoshoot feature. Please share your feedback. The poll is live there on your screen. We'd love to hear your experience of the webinar overall. We see a lot of you are ready to share the feedback. We'd love to hear your overall input, partners. Do share your feedback. This will help us in bringing more relevant and important topics for you in the upcoming sessions. Thank you, partners. Thank you for your input. It was great hosting all of you. See you soon in the next session. Thank you. Thank you all.